So I'm a proponent of the brioche or tuck stitch method of the yarn over and slip, but the fisherman rib method, which you knit below and let it unravel, and then you knit one because you need to anchor it on the current row, and then you knit one below and let it unravel, is perfectly workable, and lots of people enjoy it because, well, for one thing, you don't have to purl. But you can see what it looks like from the previous row, but it can be a little confusing if you drop a stitch. I'm going to get myself a little bit further into the row here. Now, if you can see, I'm always knitting the one that was previously knit below, and I'm always knitting below on the one that's previously knit. You can see that because it's currently a purl, whereas the previous, pattern row you can see is a knit. So if you see a knit and there's a purl sitting on top of it, you knit below the purl. If you see a purl with a purl sitting below it, then you just knit into it for fisherman rib. Now, what if you unravel that one? You've dropped a stitch. What you now have is this extra strand, the stitch below, and the stitch below also has this strand sitting on top of it. But that strand sitting on top of it is from the previous knit below. Here, let me get my working yarn out of the way because it's currently kind of mucking up the background. If I can. Should have left it on the other side. So you see that? This is the strand from the current knitting below, and this is the previous knitting below strand. So if you want it to look like this, okay, then you need to bring this in front and purl it, right? And then put it back on, and then it matches, right? Then it matches. But if you want to go just directly into this, you can also do that. Drop it off. It's hanging around loose. You see it's here. Now you've got these two strands. This is the one you want, the top one, not the bottom one. The bottom one's from the previous row. You want the top one. And just knit those two together.